Hello, Brian. This is Dimitris calling from Metalkaoz in Chicago. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm calling from Stourbridge in the West Midlands in the UK, and I'm having a good afternoon.
Love the backdrop.
Yeah, 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 it is.
So, before we start talking about Diamond here, I have to ask, how has been the time spent with Saxon so far?
Oh, it's great. I've really enjoyed it. We've been to all kinds of places I've never been before. We've been to South America. We've done Mexico, Chile, Uruguay, Argentina. We've
Oof.
done Japan. Uh, We've been all over Europe. We've been all over America. Uh, it's going great. It's going great. I'm really enjoying it, and it's great to work with these guys. They're all great players, and everyone gets on. So it's just been good fun. It's yeah, just I'm really enjoying it.
So, with Saxon being around for a long time, and the same
Very
with
much.
Diamond Head, we have started seeing younger generations in the shows, right? We have been seeing that for more than I care to count because we are getting old.
Mhm.
However, do you see fans approaching you and not even having without any idea about Diamond Head, and now getting a more interesting Diamond Head, getting more interest from younger generations?
A little bit, yeah. I think some of the Saxon fans like Diamond Head as well, or maybe even will have checked out Diamond Head
Mm-hmm.
because they've seen me, and now I've joined up Saxon. So they probably think, oh, I'll have a listen to Diamond Head, or I haven't listened to Diamond Head for a while, and maybe they get back into it. But I get fans who like the new wave of British heavy metal. They're mad on that style from the 80s, and they name drop all the bands they like, Angel Witch and Girl School and what have you. And that's fascinating. It's like that was such a fantastic period for music, so creative and so new. All the bands seem to sound different, even though we're coming from the same country and we're only just a matter of miles apart. We all sounded very different from each other, and it was a great time. And I mean, unfortunately, a lot of the bands didn't last the course. I mean, it's impossible, probably, but some did very well, and some didn't do quite so well. But yeah, uh, definitely, I'm seeing fans of that period, and people probably, young guys who just get into it, and girls who suddenly, discover the new wave of British heavy metal.
Honestly, I think it's important to bring younger generations into the scene. It's
Totally.
okay with all these gray-haired metalheads,
Yeah.
but we have to bring, as we say, fresh blood.
Yeah.
One comment, though, you said that the 80s and when the new wave of British heavy metal started was a great period, but it was very different, right? Also different because the scene was pure, was fresh, and there was a lot of hunger from the bands. They wanted to go out and play.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, I don't think this works.
Yeah. What you mean with new bands?
With the conditions that we have now with the new bands,
Okay.
we cannot have another wave of new music, right?
No, probably not. You're probably right. There was space for that to
Mm.
to happen, whereas heavy metal's been going a long time now, hasn't it? 50 years, 55 years, or something. So a lot of the territory's been taken over, and it would be difficult to drum up that kind of wave, or to invent a sort of new style that could capture the youth in
Right.
the way that new wave British heavy metal did. And we were all like 19 years old when we made our first record, Like Me to the Nation. So it was a young thing. It was all young guys and girls, teenagers pretty much. It would come to the gigs, and some have grown older with us, and some, yeah, but
We are you are still young at heart, man, and
indeed,
As
I think so.
this goes for many bands out there who have been around so long. And you are still playing live, and that speaks volumes. So, did you record the shows with Diamond Head with having in mind that this will become a live album?
Yes, we did. We were on tour with SAXON in 2022. In October, we did the European tour, which I think was 22 dates. And then during that tour, we had a discussion, and our front of house guy, Jay, said we could record all the UK dates. And, the technology we've got now is the desk will record it, will just go onto a hard drive. And then later on, we can listen through them. And if we liked them, we could do a live album. We could see if the label wants it. It's not going to cost us anything really. Might have to buy a hard drive or something. A couple of terabytes on a hard drive. Anyway, so we did that. When we started the UK tour, we recorded every show, 14 shows. We've never had this luxury before. It would always just have been one show in the past. And you'd have to hire a mobile unit. It'd go into 2-inch tape. Everybody be all stressed about it. So now you can relax. You can think, right, it's being recorded. But if you don't play particularly well tonight, then there's always tomorrow. So we will capture it at some point, but no stress if it's not tonight. So we had that luxury, and sure enough, we were able to go through the tapes and pick the best performances. We did the chart on the wall in the studio, and every song, every show, X, tick, yeah, that one's a good one. And so we just went through it like that. And of course, when we listened to it, we thought, yeah, it's great. It sounds good. It was just a case of mix it and then offer it to the label.
So for the mixing, Rasmus did the mixing?
And Rasmus and Jay, yeah, the front of house guy,
okay,
and Rasmus. So I think Raz did a bit of preparation just to get things ready. And I think we might have had to repair a bit of the bass, that he said was out of tune on a couple of songs. But I didn't redo anything. It was all pretty live. It was all pretty good. It sounded good. We didn't have to start, redoing things. And yeah, it's turned out really well.
So even though it was digital, the recording was old school. There was no error for mistake. So right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we could have made a mistake, but if we did, we would have just picked a different night. A different show, you see, because I think at the first show the bass drum mic wasn't working, so it didn't record. So we just, well, that's that then. Let's scrap that show. I think it was Ipswich, so we couldn't use that one. So you just try again next night. Okay, we'll fix it for the next night. And the more the tour goes on, the more you get into the swing and the tempos and the grooves.
So just by looking that you picked 5 songs from the Aberdeen show,
yeah,
it means that the band was in a great shape, or
yeah, I think so.
The acoustics were also great there.
How to luck, isn't it? If we did, none of us would have said, "Oh, we better record Aberdeen because that's going to be the one." We couldn't have possibly known. You just record all of them, and then you get lucky, hopefully, that one of them's going to be, So yeah, we picked. There's a few different nights, but yeah, Aberdeen, there's quite a few from Aberdeen. But yeah, it was vital that we had the luxury. I mean, we didn't use anything from London. The Roundhouse in London, big gig, probably 2,000 people there. But we didn't use any of the tracks because it just didn't sound as good on the night. When we reviewed it, and I think Raz's voice was probably a bit worn by then, and he wasn't at 100%. So we won't use London. We'll use Aberdeen or York or Bexhill or something.
So how long, how much time did you spend, picking the songs, listening? Because I imagine you almost listen every recording, to pick out the songs and then do the mixing and mastering. How long did this process take?
We spent a few days listening through. Sometimes you'd just put the track up and you'd go, it's too fast. Or nah, you just kind of, you wouldn't have to get to the end of the track, because I mean it's hours and hours of recording, isn't there? If it's 14 shows and we were doing 40 minutes a night, you know, that's hours and hours of listening. But occasionally, yeah, it would just, no, that's no good, next, you know. I mean, we didn't do the same set every night, because if we're only doing 40 minutes, we had to mix it up. So we'd do the big songs, the Am I Evils, the Prince, etc. And then we'd be adding Sweet and Innocent, Dead Reckoning, The Messenger, Set My Soul on Fire, Bones. We'd mix it up so we'd have enough for an album, a good hour's worth of an album, 12 songs or something. But we couldn't do them every night, so we'd have to do, say, 3, record all 3, and then we'd have a choice of 3 for that song.
Right.
And then we'd have another 3, say, for the next 3 nights, and we did it like that.
So that means that you had already mapped out the set list in order to have multiple options, right?
Yeah, I had to do that. Very often while we were traveling to each gig, I'd be working on the set list thinking, right, we need to do, you know, Death by Design, for example. So we'll put that in tonight and we'll do it tomorrow and then the day after maybe. And then make sure we've got 3 versions of that. Then we, you know, and we had to work it out. And I'd do set lists in the van, and it was the only way we could do it, really, because we didn't have enough time as a support band to do a big long live album, you see. But we worked out how we were going to do it.
So, as you said, this tour was opening for SAXON. So, can we consider this the longest audition ever?
Possibly. I don't know. I think they may have, you know, we did notice a few times we'd be sound checking. Diamond Head would be sound checking, and Biff would come out into the hall, you know, and we'd be thinking, oh, Biff's watching us. You know, what's he up to? And maybe he was just having a listen. Maybe he was clocking my licks, you know, or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, we got on really well, and I think that, you know, people can think I'm a nice guy, but that helps. You've got to spend a lot of time in each other's company, haven't you, in aeroplanes and trains and planes and all that. And you don't want somebody in the band who's a nightmare and you know, a massive ego. So I think it helps if you can get on with people. Social skills, you know, as well as being able to play. I think I can write as well. I co-wrote every Diamond Head song, so I think that may have played into the mix that I could potentially help, you know, with new albums.
Well, Brian, I don't think anyone will question your ability to write good mid-range.
I'm trying to be modest.
Live. Yeah, sure, but the truth of the matter is, if for this type of bands, right, that have been around so long, it really matching the characters, it's all that matters. And if you are I don't want to use a bad word here, but you know what I'm saying. If you being an ass, no matter how good you are, you can.
I agree. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you're trouble, if your reputation precedes you, then they're going to say, what about him? He's good. Because we all know incredible guitar players. There's 1,000 fantastic guitar players out there who could do this job. But character-wise, ego-wise, some of them just would not fit.
Yeah, it's exactly like football, right? You can have Ronaldo in your team, but will it fit in the in the fitting room? Who knows? At the end of Bones, I think Erasmus mentioned something about naughty shit happened during the last song. This was the song St. David's Hall in Cardiff.
Yeah.
So what happened 4 years ago?
Oh, 4 years ago in St. David's Hall in Cardiff. I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember, to be honest. It's probably there somewhere, but I don't know. Raz would tell you, but I can't
Well,
remember.
that means that it was not something very serious. If it were, I
No,
have
no, it's
remembered.
not stuck in my mind.
So did you also take any footage from this tour?
Footage.
Yes. Did you
Uh,
film part of the shows?
well, we our front of house guy had a video camera. So what he would do is during the show, during It's Electric, he would run down to the front with a camera and film us for that song. So he's got all that, and he's got all that footage of It's Electric. But that's it. That's the only one. We didn't have enough crew on the tour. Really, we had a front of house guy and a guy to help set the drums up, and that's about it. And merch, sell the merch. That's about all we had. So we didn't have a standalone video guy. It was just Jay doing his best and then editing it the next day on his laptop. But when they picked Helpless as the video, the track to do a video to, or nothing really fit time-wise. So all we had was the footage of It's Electric. So they just had to make it up with quick edits and quick shots and stuff like that. So I mean, God bless Jay for doing that, because at least we had that footage. But it was for a different song. But never mind, we got round it, and it's great. It's great.
So basically, there is no footage that you can use, right, or release.
No. Oh no, we didn't video the whole show or anything. No. Okay. All we did was that one track where he didn't have to do anything more to the mix, so he would run down with his camera, okay, and just get along the pit and then run back again. It was a bit hands-on,
So hearing the recordings and with Rasmus on the vocals, to me, it sounds like Diamond had a very solid lineup, right? And yes, it's very strong. Yes. So where I'm going with this question, how should we consider right now Diamond Head? On a hold, on, I don't know. What is the status?
Because it is on hold. It is on hold. It's on a hiatus, as they say. And, when I joined SAXON, that seemed to be the best option, really, because we thought we can't really book any more gigs because it could clash with the SAXON gig. Because as you know, you book 6 months, 9 months in advance, and I can't be. I have to have a clean diary, really, for SAXON. Like, you can't phone up SAXON and go, I can't do that gig. You just have to do the gigs. You have to be sort of available for everything. So if we booked a Diamond Head gig and a SAXON gig come along, I would have to do the SAXON gig, and we'd have to cancel the Diamond Head gig, which is not fair on the other guys. Nobody wants that. The fans, the promoters, etc., etc. They might have sold tickets. You have to refund everybody. So we just said, our management advised us, our agent advised us. He said, just take a break, a couple of years, see how the land lies. I'm busy doing SAXON. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I don't want the stress of trying to do both bands at the same time. So we just take a break. I mean, we have been going a long, long time. We've done a lot of gigs. So I think it's okay to just ease off the gas for a while and just, Diamond Head's never going to go away. It's a legacy. The songs are there. The records are there. So it's not going away. It's just we're not doing live shows at the moment.
What about writing new music for Diamond Head?
Well, I'm writing new music for SAXON. I'm trying. I'm a lot of my time is spent either with touring or at home writing, and we're preparing another SAXON album which will come out the end of next year. So I want to, obviously put some material towards that. Send as much stuff as I've got to Biff and Co. And let's see how that all shapes up. But that's exciting. It's great to be part of the team, the writing team.
So I'm sure we will see more Brian in the credits for SAXON music. I'm very confident on that, based on how the previous album went, and what your contribution was. So going back to Diamond Head, you have the illustrated history, the book, that nice book.
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, do you know when it will be released? Because right now it's in pre-order status.
It's overdue. It's really overdue. I know it was supposed to be out in March. I don't really know. I mean, I didn't even put this together. This was put together by the book company, Rufus, and PJ Brunelli, the photographer. And so I contributed pictures and some text and things like that. But I had no say on the manufacturing or, you know, buying it and ordering it and etc. So all I've been told is they've had some problems and they've let the people that have ordered it already, the pre-orders, know. But I don't know for sure what's happening about the book yet. It will come out, but for some reason it's got really delayed by a couple of months.
Okay. And you said you didn't contribute all the photographs for that,
No.
right?
No, some of it's by PG Brunelli, and then there's other photographers involved, you know, like I think there's a couple of them, Ray Palmer and things like that. But obviously I've got photographs from the very beginning, you know, like 77, 78, 79, that type of position. And some of them are in there. So there's probably lots of pictures in this book that no one's ever seen before, which is nice. So it's going to be good. There's even pictures I've never seen before.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Which is fantastic, isn't it? When you
when you
get that opportunity to, you know, when we were all young and beautiful.
Come on, we still are. So in Diamond Head's Facebook page, I saw some sort of a drawing of like a Grim Reaper, and it says, good things come to those who wait. So what is this all about?
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Okay.
So it's something coming. It's but I better not give the game away. Let the cat out of the bag, as they say.
So there is something indeed.
Yes.
Well, I cannot ask.
It's coming soon. It'll be, you know, promotion for the live album, and it'll be good. So yeah.
Perfect. So and you said the new album for the new SAXON album will be next at the end of next year.
Yes.
And I'm assuming there will be also a huge tour coming up, just like you have so many live dates. So it is. Do you think it's possible still to squeeze some Diamond Head there for the next year?
What, some Diamond Head shows?
Shows maybe not. Music, writing music for Diamond Head.
The problem with Diamond Head is it takes us a long time. You know, the Coffin Train took 2.5 years. So I don't want to commit to that kind of time frame again. It's not like we can put an album together in a few weeks. No. Some bands can. Diamond Head seem to take ages on everything. So I can't commit to that now. We'll see what happens. But, you know, it's such a slow process.
Yes. Do you know when SAXON will be crossing the Atlantic to come to North America?
I don't. It's been talked about. We went in 2000 and with Uriah Heep, that tour with Uriah Heep. So it was mainly East Coast, but that was 2023, I think. Was it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. That was like 7 weeks. So we've been over. And every now and again it gets mentioned, you know, we might come over to LA and do some shows, blah, blah, blah. But we haven't actually been over for, you know, nearly 2 years. So we'll see. It's bound to happen at some point. Fingers crossed.
It was in 2024, I see in my record.
Oh, the tour with Uriah Heep.
Correct.
Okay, so well, just last year then.
Yeah. But we can never get enough from SAXON, right?
It seems that way.
Brian, thank you very much for your time again. Great to see
you.
Have safe travels.
Thank you.
Stay healthy, and hope to see you again as with SAXON, Diamond Head, or with both.
Who knows? The future is as yet unwritten.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very
You
much.
too. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.